David Montgomery, who finished running back 23 last year, 201 rush attempts, 801 yards, 5 touchdowns, 34 receptions, 40 targets, 316 through the air, and 1 touchdown. Thoughts on David Montgomery?
The guy, he runs in between the tackles. He does a decent job when even just in average blocking of being able to get through some arm tackles. He's okay making the first guy miss, but really he's your ground and pound guy. He is going to fill the role that Jamal Williams played last year. Now, I don't know that we're going to see 17 touchdowns, right? I think that's pretty excessive. That was a great season from Jamal Williams. I don't know that David Montgomery quite reaches that on the touchdowns, but he is a better runner than Jamal Williams. He sees holes better. He's a little bit more explosive than Jamal Williams. So I think his total yardage is up there. And with him receiving the ball, he doesn't receive as well as Jahmyr Gibbs, but he does receive the ball well enough that they are not going to be afraid to leave him on the field on third down, especially if Jahmyr Gibbs can't pick up pass pro. And you're going to get some early season run out of David Montgomery. And again, I would pass on Gibbs and take Montgomery later down the line, because he's going off the board at these rankings from Underdog have him at RB 27 and the ADP of 85th.
Yep.
Yes, please sign me up. I will take a guy who does this in an offense that defensively still has some holes, right? Like they're not sound enough defensively that they're going to just put all these teams away. We saw a lot of shootouts with Detroit last year, and he is a guy that if I'm waiting a 0 RB approach, right? He is a guy I'm looking for in a 0 RB approach.
I could not agree more with that. I think that David Montgomery, when healthy, I mean, I had this guy on my roster, and there were so many times, not in our home league last year, but there were so many times where he saved my bacon in other leagues that I had. So I appreciate what David Montgomery brings to the table. I like the fact that he's going to be playing in an offense that will still allow him passing work, because again, even if, Jared Goff, he was better at throwing the football down the field last year, but still will look for the path of least resistance. And oftentimes that's your running back or your tight end, right? And so that running back option is exciting to me. And I think you're absolutely right, Kevin. I think with where these two guys are going, flip them at the end of the year. And if that draft falls for you and you're able to get David Montgomery with where he's going, if you're able to get that guy at that spot, like what an automatic, just built-in value that you already have.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me that we see David Montgomery end up with somewhere in the 225 to 250 in total rush attempts there. He's on a much better offensive line than he's ever had in his professional career. So again, right, and this is one of those that he's averaged 4 to a little over 4 yards per carry as a professional against some behind some bad offensive lines. So there's no reason that I don't see that even ticking up to the point where we could see him get up to like a 4.6, 4.7 yards per carry. I will not be surprised if we look up at the end of the season and he finishes RB 13, 14, 15, and you're talking about a guy that's going to return massive value. I think this is definitely the guy that I want out of Detroit's backfield for running back, and where he's going, tremendous value, tremendous steal there.